Hey guys, welcome to Live from the Shop. Another weekly live stream from the garage. This is a call-in show. So you're welcome to watch us, hang out, talk in the comments. If you want to actually stream from your garage and join us and show us what you're working on, just shoot me a comment here on the chat or shoot me a message on Facebook, Cole Buckner. Here with my friend Lou today. We are working on my stroker short block. We're working on the bearing clearances this evening. And probably not going to get anything put together because we're checking right now to see how much the crank needs to be ground again because we only have one set of bearings. But that's where we are. And we're going to get to work. So just hit the comments and hit me on Messenger if you need to join the chat and show us what you're working on. Good evening, Brian Ekstrom. Oh. Let's see. Kind of point this over. We'll bring the gauge over here and set it on this bench. All right. More tension on that. That's got 2 turns of preload on it. T-Town Garage, good evening, sir. How are you? When I worked at an engine shop, we had tons of these lying around. And so like each station had one and they were all like kind of preset. So you didn't have to do this part very often unless you were working on a different engine than an LS. Almost all of them were, because just most of what we did was LS. And so close.
Yeah. So you're just pulling that down?
Yeah, so there's just a rod in the shaft that pushes. This is just a dial indicator. It's just a very accurate one. Most dial indicators are only 1/1000th, and this one's 1/10. So about that far to the left. Look at that. I can get 0 and it doesn't go crazy. This mic is way better. That is,
behaves
thank
a
goodness.
lot better.
Thank you, Jonathan, for buying nice stuff so I don't have to. All right. I'm gonna clean off our old Sharpie marks. Did you know that trick?
Yeah.
It works.
Cleans them right up.
It works with dried up dry erase boards too.
Let me hit the rest of them for you.
Sure.
While you're getting other stuff ready.
Well, we're ready to start measuring. I just wanted to clean off the numbers.
Yes.
Okay, so
juice them up.
There we go. Let's see what our first one looks like. .6 and 2.6. Now, number 1 was bigger last night too, or no, it was tighter last night. All right, so that's 2.6. That's bigger. All right. New favorite 2.6 right there. Hang on, am I reading that right, or did I read 1.6? No, 2.6. Okay. No, we may not be getting the crank ground. We're getting vastly different numbers tonight. 3. I'm okay with 1 and 5 being a little tighter. That's 3 and 3.1, so we're at 3.0. 2 and 4 see the majority of your load from like bending back and forth on the crankshaft.
Okay.
1 and 5 see the least load.
Why is that?
It's the way the crank bends and stuff. 2.8. And 3.0. So if they're only a tenth apart, I go for the tighter one as far as what I write down. But these are 2/10 apart, so I go in the middle. So 2.9. You writing upside down?
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Why do you try to read it? May not be so impressed.
2.9.
Yeah, or S.9.
2.9 and 3.1. So let's go 3.0 on that.
All right.
I think these mains are going to ride.
Because
we didn't change the torque on these.
No.
So this, what we're also might be seeing, so that's 2.7. And I'm going to run the mic over this again just to be sure we didn't have something move. I can't get a full reading on that one because I can't raise it up enough, but I can at least look at this one. So we're going to say 2.5 because the other one was definitely getting tighter. So yeah, say 2.5 for that one.
Okay.
I'm not that worried about it. I'm not. The loaded bearings have a clearance I'm happy with.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as I put the mic back on this and we're where we're supposed to be, then I'll be happy. And I left the AC running the whole time, so it's not like the block heated up a crazy amount. I did turn it to 78 during the day instead of 68, but it's iron. It shouldn't grow that much.
If that thing occurred to me when we do that, I'm going to have to set mine.
Yeah. All right, this thing's still reading within a tenth. T-Town asked if that applies to Fords also. What, the least amount of load going to 1 and 5? As far as I know, I think just about any V8, your least amount of load on the mains is on number 1 and number 5. Unless you've got like a blower, then you'll have more load on number 1. All right. Well,
happier than you thought.
Those are. I don't want to touch the mains.
Outstanding.
Those are great. Now we can start working on the rods. So I'll start measuring the crank. If you want to start, do you want to start torquing the rods in here?
Sure. So let's set one up first.
Yeah, I'll get you started.
Yep.
So
you actually,
if we put it in, is our piston going to hit the vise? Oh,
it is not.
It's not going to hit the vise?
It's
Sweet.
not going to hit the vise.
Cool. T-Town's building a 347 stroker out of a 302 for drag week. Are you going to drag week this year? Yeah, so he's going to be doing bearing clearances too coming up.
Very good.
Yeah, just like that. Perfect.
You don't want to over crank it because it's got to move.
Yeah, we just want to make sure it's stable. And the rod's torqued to 75. And so I usually
do anything in between.
If you're more comfortable doing stuff in between, you can. I usually just kind of go by feel. Like I load each one and then go back across and torque.
Yeah.
So just like
so it resists a little bit.
Yep. Get it there, and then probably like there,
a little oomph,
there, and then just. This is a lot better than a C-clamp and a block of wood.
But it's not running around. It's not. It's not as much sport.
It's not going anywhere. Right. And then we'll be able to just do that.
Look at that. See what happens when you got the right tools.
And we'll be able to. We're binding the spring.
Oh,
that's funny. We may have to find a shim to stick under it to.
That.
I've probably got
3/4 wood you had would work great. You had a piece of 3/4 the other night.
3/4.
It was a little long. We'd have to cut it, but.
Let me see if I just have a little shim of steel. Then we don't. Then we don't have to run the vise up and down so much. This will work. Piece of aluminum. Just jam that in there. From that side.
Yep.
And it's out of the way of the gauge, and it holds that.
Sweet.
Nice and pretty. Now, just don't forget when we loosen these to put it back in the vise, because it will twist the rod right there. Facebook notifications. We're good.
All right. We're not going to do that till we measure, right?
Yeah. This was just us getting it ready.
Yeah, it was practice.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go and measure the rods on the crank.
Okay. I'll get our little friends torqued up here.
And I'll get this gauge set up. All right, we need to switch mics.
Oh,
I got it. Just since my 2-inch rods have been turned 20 thousandths, I can't exactly measure them with a.
I thought you were talking about microphones.
No. Yeah, give me your microphone and you take mine, because you've got the one that makes a voice sound silky smooth.
Is that what it is? I'm taking it home with me then.
Let me know how that works out.
Hello, honey. I'm home.
Hey there, darling.
Do I sound any different to you?
Cole told me this microphone was magic. All right. 1 to 2.
This must have been the one we torqued last night.
Yes. Yes.
It didn't move a pinch.
Yeah. Like if you wanted to make yourself more comfortable, you could crack them and then retorque them. But I did torque.
I'm going to do that, I think.
Okay. Here, why don't we go ahead and set up a loosening tool as well.
That way we're not messing with the.
That's the most efficient thing to do is just set up individual tools for individual jobs. So here is your braking
Very
wrench. So these are 19800 theoretically, because they're 2-inch rods that have been turned.
I
So
got tools for breaking things. That's
975. That's 980. So somewhere around here is where we can start. These are lovely to work with. 979. 6 in one direction. I'll go 90 degrees.
That makes me happy.
Nine 4. So I'm going to come back over here. And 795. Sorry, 1.9795. Wipe this guy clean. I like that these have plastic on the bow. I bet it acts like a thermal insulator to help keep your body temperature from affecting the dimension of the bow.
You just like them because they're not mine.
I'm not calling you cheap. I promise. But Amazon mics apparently are not the way to go.
Yes. Inform the audience. Don't try to be cheap like Lou, because
I would say, in my opinion, you're safer with plastic gauge if you have no experience with mics and dial bore gauges, and
then using those.
Then using those. Wow, that is a wild difference. That is not a difference we saw last night. I'm going to remeasure this one.
Well, I would like to thank Summit Racing for this wonderful rod clamp.
It is definitely working out. That rod vise works very nicely. All right, we're going to... I think this thing was still cold from the case because I got a wildly different measurement. 794. Okay, that's only a 1/10 off of what I measured a couple minutes ago. But we'll use it.
Oh. Here comes the boss.
Is he bedtime now?
How about the baby? You ready to go to bed, boss man? Good night, little boy.
This rod journal is different. $792. Yeah.
Oh.
You going to bed, Bubba? Good night. Good night, droopy eyes. I love you. See you in the morning. Or not.
We'll see you at 11 p.m. and then 4 a.m.
I'd rather be piston than pissed off.
Ah. Two. Two. These are wildly different.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We had what, a 4/10 spread? Okay, we've got a 4/10 spread again. Okay. Less worrisome. All right. All right. So we're going to set it based off the biggest one, which is $1.9796. All right. So this time we may actually have some bearing swapping happening, because our biggest journal is the one for number 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
And those tend to suffer first. Not in my case, but the trend is that those suffer first from premature bearing failure due to like detonation and stuff, at least in LS engines, and I would assume most other 90-degree V8s would be similar. But for whatever reason, mine ate number 3 first, but number 6 was right behind it. It's bad luck. Needle width movement. Cool. All right. Yeah, what, 2 more to do?
Yep.
All right.
Well, you all done over there?
Yep, dial bore gauge is ready.
Hey, it's not a race. That comes after the build.
T-Town says he needs to order this rod clamp. Yeah, it's literally the cheapest one on Summit. It's the Proform one. It's like, what was it, Lou, $70?
Like CS 78, maybe something like that.
Okay, yeah, it was like
Yeah.
it was like $78. And it just clamps in your vise, which is nice. You can put it away.
And when I was thanking Summit, it wasn't because they gave it to us.
Yeah, no,
because they had it.
There's no sponsorships here.
Right. It let us do this tonight because they had it there this afternoon.
It does pay to live within 30 minutes of Summit.
Pays Summit, that's for sure.
Summit likes it. I remember being disappointed when I first learned they were coming to town because it meant I had to start paying sales tax. 10 years ago, when I was first in college and ordering parts from Summit, it was tax-free because it was out of state.
Yeah, that's what the guys at 440 Source told me when they told me the shipping for my stroker kit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could drive out there and get it for that. I go, no, you can't, because if you bought it here, you'd be paying tax.
You got to pay the tax in person.
Yep. I'm like, okay.
Let's see if we can move this.
I'll suck it up. Just send it.
How's that? There we go.
One more for grins.
Nice.
Okay.
That was the last one?
Uno más.
Oh, one. Oh, this one's on backwards, too. What are we doing?
Really?
I probably did this last night by accident. When I was checking if all the bearings were right and I popped them apart. Yeah, I did this. There you go.
Don't ever admit to anything when I'm ready to accept blame.
You can't just blame the newbie because he thinks he might have done it. That's not the right thing to do. just let you believe you messed it up.
That kept me employed for 66 years.
No, you just blame it on the new guy?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's how you got to retirement.
That's it.
All right, we're going to flip these all over this direction. Cool.
Oops. Okay, you need a little love. You need a little love. One more to be happy that I did it right. All right, is this the first one you want to measure?
Sure, we can measure that one first, didn't I? Get
our little
shim
wedgie.
Yeah. Here, flip it over. I want to measure them all chamfer up just for
Okay.
consistency's sake.
Very good.
I'm a little OCD that way. All right. Good. Nice and sturdy. You have the Sharpie? There it is, right here. All right. All right, so I'll mark that one 1.7 for now.
Where do you want it marked?
I usually put it like right here, so when we pull it out, we'll write it down. Or you could write it up here where you can, or you could just write really tiny. I don't have the ability to do that. How many viewers do we have? We have 3 whole viewers. Wave, say hi. Guys, we've been streaming about 30 minutes now. This is a call-in live stream that Drag Drive Repeats letting us put on. Trying to do it every week where people get in their garage and they call in and we chat and we hang out and you show us what you're working on while we work on our stuff. So come join us if you want to. Just shoot me a message or drop me a comment and I'll send you the join link.
Dun, 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 dun.
Is this what welders feel like with a welder's apprentice? Like I'm the inspector and you're my inspector apprentice. Like you do all that, you do all this grunt work, and then I just come over and measure it.
Feels pretty good, doesn't it?
I never got this. I never got to do anything like that. I remember my friend was Nate. You know Nate, obviously. Mm-hmm. Nate used to work non-destructive testing, like oil field pipeline. And so he's like, yeah, my whole job is like I would just sit out in the truck in the air conditioning while they dug it all up and got it ready to inspect.
So my only question is that a promotion or demotion from destructive testing?
Destructive testing does sound more fun.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to call this It's bouncing. Let's call it 1.5. That's the tighter side.
Okay.
So far, we're probably going to want the crank ground a little bit, maybe half a thou. But we'll see. Some of these are going to be, we may just need 2 of them ground, because 2 of them are 19792 and 2 of them are one of them's, so we got 9796, 9794, and then 2 of them are 9792. So 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 are going to have 4/10 more clearance than the gauge is showing. Because we have our gauge set to our biggest journal.
Right.
You need a third hand?
Negative.
Got it. .6 and 1.5.
So I'll go to 1.6.
I'd put the 1.5. I like to put the tightest. Unless it's a more than 1/10 split, then I put the middle.
Got it.
I wonder if I can move this to where they can actually see what the gauge is doing without being in my way. That would probably show it. As long as I don't put myself in the way. Did you write it on it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. They're labeled, so we'll reorganize them as we need to. It's no big deal. Did these get laid out in order? I don't even know. 1, 3.
Yeah. I think so.
1, 3.
Unless I screwed it up.
7 and oh yeah, you laid them in the same order as the box. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, sweet. Ooh, we've got a like on Facebook. Thanks, guys.
Sounds like Kira learning how to count.
Right?
Rock steady.
Let's see if we can do this where they can see the gauge. Be kind of cool, at least to show one of them. All right. So what we're looking for is where the needle bounces and starts to return. So .5 is what I'm getting. Draw bearings are consistent. All right. Now I am going to move this because I don't want this making us trip. Well, we have precisional instruments out, as Mater would say.
Scalpel, clamp.
There we go. Precisional instrument of speed and Aero Max. Ooh, we're up to 5 viewers now. I wonder if that's just my wife watching on YouTube and Facebook.
It all counts.
She did that last week. I was down to like 3 viewers. I was like, yeah, I was down to like 3 viewers at the end. She was like, yeah, I know. I was 2 of them.
That's what love is all about. She got out 4 laptops over there trying to make you feel better.
She was like, I wanted to see the comments on both. And I was like, okay.
All right, now walk through once again how you read the dial.
Okay. This one's bigger. So I got 1.7. So, all right. Actually, since I'm going to walk you through, I am going to film it.
Yeah.
For all 5 people watching. So this is how you read a dial bore gauge. So we've got it set Our measurement is based off of a micrometer measurement of the journal, and that is set at 0. And as we put it in the bearing, this depresses and spins the gauge around clockwise. So like that is our 0. And we're traveling clockwise. So any travel counterclockwise is the dimension getting bigger. So we just had 1.7 clearance, I said.
Mm-hmm.
So each of these ticks is 1/10 of a thousandth. So 10 of these is 1,000. So that's 1,000th clearance. And then I was at 7/10 more. So I was at 1 thou and 7/10, or 0.0017 inches of clearance. So we're not really looking at the numbers on the dial. We're more just counting the ticks bigger than 0, which is based off of our measurement of the crankshaft.
Perfect.
1.7, before I forget. Professor Cole clocking out. I think Mr. Eric White, who's one of the hosts of the podcast that's letting us use their channel, he is probably setting his bearing clearances right now as we speak.
Outstanding.
But he didn't want to be part of these live chats because he's worried about being distracted, which makes sense.
It's almost a guarantee.
Yep. He's like, I got to focus, and I don't blame him.
We're haunted.
You knocked my pristine AutoZone fender cover on the floor. How are people going to know who our sponsors are if the fender cover falls on the floor?
Sponsored by Willie's Shade Tree, oil change, and front end alignment.
All right, 1.6 on that guy. One thing I learned too with precision measuring like this is it does take practice to know you're doing it right. But once you get a feel for doing it right, it's important not to over measure.
Yeah.
Or like spend too much time trying to get it to where you think it is, because then you're just psyching out your own confidence in your ability.
Same thing, very similar to when I was doing masonry. I'd lay block and brick, and you would have it, if you were not careful, you would just keep sitting there.
You just keep chipping away at the stone, and all of a sudden you just got a handful of dust.
Then you got to start all over again. My dad would say, set it and walk away.
Okay. We'll write out the math in a sec. Right now, I'm not seeing a big enough difference in any of these to want to swap bearings around at all. 0.2 difference. I don't think we're going to see much change in moving bearing halves or bearing holes from rod to rod. If anything, it might be like a move a rod to a different cylinder, but I don't feel like doing that either.
So it's maximum travel up is where you read to?
Yeah. So the closest we are getting to 0 is 0.0017 away.
Yep.
Technically like 165, but I'm seeing it closer to 1.7 and more consistently 1.7.
1.7 it is, my friend.
Yeah. So if you're ever confused, just tell me, because I always speak in terms of, I never called it a mil, but I always speak in terms of mils. 1.7 mils is 1.7 thousandths of an inch. It's just faster. I haven't done this in a long time. Well, I mean, I did do it like a month and a half ago, right before I blew this thing up immediately.
But that's the joy of blowing them up. You get to do it again.
Yeah.
Get this off of here.
A piece of paper towel. There.
more.
Oh, we're up 6 viewers, setting records. I think last week maybe we had 7 at one time. I went back to 5. Someone scrolled across us on Facebook and then left us alone. Back to 6. Once we're done with this part, we can do the fun stuff like drill out an oil galley.
Woohoo. Got to get your prerequisite amount of metal shavings in the block.
Yeah, we are going to. I'm just going to have to rewash it. I still have an engine brush kit up there in a box, so we're good. I have engine brushes. Mm, 1.7.
That's what I would have said.
So, if the tightest one was 2.0, I might let them go because then that's at least 1 thou per inch of. So the rule of thumb is 1,000ths per inch of shaft diameter, and then
Okay.
up to like an extra 0.5 thousandths for high performance stuff, and you just deal with thick oil and low oil pressure.
Hold on. Got to do this part first.
And so these are 2-inch journals, so I'd like them just a little bit bigger.
Maybe I'll back this off a little bit so the springs don't get ruined.
I don't know if you have to worry about it that much on these.
Well, now I don't have to worry.
Yeah, now we've used your fancy tool. All right. Now we can do a little bit of math. All right. Bring the notebook over. All right. So if you could read me the clearances we have on number 1 and number 2.
Sure. As soon as I find them.
All right, so now I'm documenting our current clearances. So I already did the mains. And the way I do this is I set my dial bore gauge. I usually just pick the largest journal and I set the dial bore gauge based off of that. And then the clearance I measure is written on the block. And then when I transfer it to the paper, I do the math for the difference in journal size. So I haven't done it here yet. It's still written on the block, but I need to write it on here. But we're about to do it for the rods. So these are my actual rod journal sizes. This is what the dial bore gauge is set to. And so when he reads them out to me for each one, I'm going to do the math and write it down. So like this rod's 0.2 smaller than the gauge. So it's going to have 0.2 more clearance in actuality than what is written on the rod from the measurement.
Okay, so one is 1.7.
1.7, so that's 1.9.
And 2 is 1.5.
1.5, so that's 1.7. All right, and then 3 and 4, we're going to add 0.4 to because it's 0.4 smaller than the gauge.
Okay. Do. 3 is 1.7.
So that's 2.1.
4, 1.7.
Also 2.1. All right. Our gauge was set off of number 5 and number 6, so these aren't going to have any math done. This is just a straight measurement.
Okay. 5 is 1.7.
Okay.
6. As long as your shirt's not number 9.
Well, we're not working on a Viper V10. I have built those before. They're cool.
1.5.
6 is 1.5?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to want to open that up.
7 is 1.6.
1.6. We're adding 0.4 to these, so that's 2.0.
And 8 is 1.5.
So that's 1.9. All right, now I'm going to do the rods real quick. So number 1 is 2.6, and it's 0.3 smaller, so we're going to add 0.3, so that's 2.9. Same with number 2, 3.0, so that's 3.3. Number 3 is dead on. That's 2.9. Number 4 is add 3/10, also 3.3. Number 5 is add 2/10, so that's 2.7. So the mains are acceptable. And the rods need to be opened up. So, I'd like them to be more consistent. Right now, there's I measure a 4/10 spread in the rod journal diameter. If we ground them all, let's see, if they all went to 19790, I'd probably be happy with that. That'd be 2.2. That'd be 2.1. This would be 2.3, and
is there a specific spec?
No. Well, I mean, there is a spec for the small block Chevy that took this rod.
Okay.
But this is a different engine with a different oiling system and under a different set of conditions.
Yeah.
And so we're just following the rough rule of thumb, which is 1,000ths per inch of shaft diameter plus a little extra.
So what's our target given that?
So our target is, I would like my mic probably to read all of these at 19790. Our biggest one is number 5 and 6, which is 1796. So if we ground it 6/10, you'd be at 2.1 and 2.3. If you ground this down, you'd gain 2 more tenths. You'd be at 2.3 and 2.3. This would gain 4. It'd be at 2.3 and 2.1. And this would be at...
See, when I think of targets, I'm thinking of what we're shooting for.
What we're shooting for on clearance is I'd like them all to be more than 2, but less than... I don't really want them more than like 2.6. So between 2 and 2.6.
Okay.
Now, I've known people to send like pretty badass LSs out the door with clearances close to this, with this journal diameter, but I'd like it to be just a little bit bigger.
So you're not comfortable with the 1.5?
The 1.5 especially
troubling
because it's also on. This is usually the cylinder that sees the most load.
Okay.
And so I would like more clearance there. I'd like to see that guy above 2. Oh, T-Town says he's going to join us once he gets his kids to bed.
Cool.
Ooh, we have 8 viewers and 2 likes on Facebook.
Very good.
We're doing good. All right, let's... Well, we're done with this for now, so we can set these aside.
They go back in the box.
Yep. And then we can work on drilling and tapping an oil galley.
Put the vise away.
I don't think we're using the vise for anything else, so you can leave it there unless you want to. It's probably best to keep it clean, I guess. Yeah, so we can put it away because we'll get it right back out to check bearing clearances once I get the crank back again. So,
well, would we remeasure those?
Yeah, I'll double check once they grind it. I'll just do like a couple verification measurements.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll box it up, put it in the plastic, and throw it in the box.
This is what? This is 2 and 4. Yeah.
Keep it clean. Keep all the
I still have a lot
stuff
of
out of the.
I still have a lot of parts to clean.
Out of the grease.
Do the same with our dial bore gauge. Protect it.
Mm-hmm.
Put him away. Oh, now, do I have to completely? I guess I do need to completely disassemble this to put it away. So. It'd be awesome if they could turn this around tomorrow. If I drop it off first thing, Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It's a diesel shop.
Okay.
Like they're a diesel machine shop. And so they may just be too busy to turn around that quickly, but if I could set my bearing clearances and then mark my bearings and then clean all the parts and then it'd just be ready to put together besides setting the thrust.
Yeah, checking. All you're doing is really checking that, right?
Yeah.
You can do.
There'll be nothing else I can do. What do you mean, the thrust?
Yeah.
The thrust, you
would have to get a different thrust bearing.
No, you sand the thrust surface to get it to where you need to. Which, speaking of, well, this is flat enough. I could probably tape just some sandpaper to this. Usually, you do what we had at my shop was a big aluminum block, it's like a 1-inch thick block with sandpaper on it, and you just rub the thrust on it.
That's if you don't have enough play.
Yeah. So you want 4 to 6 thousandths of thrust in play. And the last set of these bearings, when I put this together 6 weeks ago, it was 1. And so I had to do a decent amount of sanding to get it to have the end play we wanted. Because your crank, especially with I guess it's either a manual or an automatic, your torque converter is going to grow and push on the crank. And then also if it's a manual, your clutch is pushing the crank back and forth. And so it needs to have a little bit of room to freely move.
So that went with that.
Those are Jonathan's. So.
And this can stay here. So we're going to use it again.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Ah.
And then
this I can take back so I can.
Yeah, those are your ones that are going to return, right?
So I can.
Are they all there and accounted for?
I can test my torch on them.
Oh, not that.
Oh no, this guy stays.
That guy stays. These are what go back.
Yeah.
There you go. Tell Jeff he owes you a refund.
Yeah, no kidding.
People have been watching a stagnant engine block. All right.
All right, so everything's complete. So this can clean it up and send it back.
Cool. Right. Now, figure out the best way to drill this oil galley. So I was thinking about this today.
Man, that's
so.
Might want to work our way up to that, right?
Well, what I was thinking, and I'm also going to look up the drill bit size one more time just to make sure I had the right drill bit size for.
The hole's already bigger.
That's what 3/8 NPT. That's supposed to be. Well, your shank's 1/2 inch because most hand drills are bigger than 1/2 inch.
No,
it is still
bigger,
slightly bigger. But from what I remember Googling, it was you start with a 9/16 bit for the 3/8 NPT tap. So, 3760. It actually says it on the tap. That's kind of cool. 37/64. How close is that to 9/16? 9/16 would be 36/64.
I'd have to.
So what is a 1/16 of an inch? Or no, what's a 64th of an inch? It's an 1/8 inch divided by 4.
64th?
Or is an 1/8 inch divided by 8?
I don't remember all that stuff.
1 divided by 64.
Yeah, I haven't started doing that backwards.
15 thousandths?
Yep.
I think we'd be fine. So, what I was thinking is, well, wonder if it's for that particular tap, so maybe our tap won't be able to start, but we'll see. My thought was use a step bit, because then it can at least center in the hole. And we can use it to open the mouth of it to 9/16, and then stick the 9/16 in to go deeper. That was my thought, because see how the hole's uneven?
Yeah.
I was like, we need some way to be able to hold the center, and this was the best way I could think of is...
Well, what does it look like with the bits there? Oh, geez.
Yeah. Plus, then the step bit lets us get a start on it.
Yeah.
Plus, if we screw it up, we can always just put the oil filter adapter back on. It won't hurt it at all.
Got something to use for cutting oil on that?
I do have WD-40.
I'm blocking the whole picture here.
Oh my God, everyone's just been staring at your back.
Yeah. Sorry, gang.
Cole, you mind sending me that link? Not sure how this works. You'll have to walk me through it. Oh, okay. Yeah, Chris, hang on one second. Let me... That's a referral link. That's not what I want. Oh, invite. Invite guest. Copy link. All right. We're sending it to Chris Salkeld. Hang on, Chris. I'm coming, buddy. That look like the same profile picture? That does. All right, Chris, I just sent you a link. Yeah. Chris, I just sent you a link. It should bring you into the studio backstage where you can set your mic up and make sure that works, and then I can get you brought onto the stream. Let's see.
Cutting oil?
Yeah, cutting oil. You want WD-40 PB Blaster or like oil?
WD will work.
WD's trusty.
Not quite thick enough, but here, I'll monitor it and give it a little touch for you as you go. How's that?
Sounds good. All right.
Don't want it to get hot.
Yeah. It's doing something.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing something.
Maybe turn it a bit slower might help it cut.
I hope I know when someone's backstage. We're trying to get to 9/16, which is the next step. So once the next step can go in,
Then we should be good.
then we're at 9/16.
That's a pretty good speed right there. Doesn't look like it's cutting anymore, is it?
It seems to be. It's doing something. It's chamfering it a little bit. It's just, I guess, cast iron's just really hard. It's taking its time. Let's see. Okay, he sees the message, so. So we'd actually watch what we're doing. Oh, we're chewing up the drill chuck on this. We just need to pop that guy off. There.
Let me lock it too.
For what it's worth, this is not a new step bit. Making some progress.
Let's see if I got one in the truck.
I have another one, but I think it's a cheaper Harbor Freight one. Actually,
yeah, but when they're new, they cut pretty good. They just don't last long.
I thought I had there's a big fat one right here that we could try, but I thought I also had like a skinny one. This guy has a 9/16 on it. We could do it. It has a 35/64, so we could use it as like a step. Because this is going from half. We could try it. Oh, Chris is backstage. Hang on. Chris, put a thumbs up in front of the camera if you're ready to come on.
I saw a thumb.
Hello.
Hey, what's happening?
How's it going, man?
Good.
Welcome to Live from the Shop.
Awesome.
You're on with me and Lou. What are you working on?
Now, this is my small block out of the Falcon, and I literally just pulled it out, as you can tell. And my whole plan tonight was to come out here and just tinker around. So now I can just basically tear it apart, get ready for the stroker kit. I haven't ordered it yet, but I'm thinking about going with the Scat 9000 kit. So
Gotcha. So are you also T-Town Garage?
yes, that's my
okay.
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same person. Cool. Hell yeah. Sweet.
But I didn't know how to do it on YouTube, so I thought, well, maybe Facebook would be easier. And I never joined a stream like this or anything before, so I was like, well, let's go to Facebook. Maybe that'll make it easier. So I just swapped over there, you know.
Well, sick.
So, but
You just gonna start? You starting to pull your motor apart?
Yep, I got everything else out. I have a Tremec in it, and the clutch is totally shot. I'll look at it. It's not a real good clutch. I'm learning, so, but it's pretty well torched. I'm gonna get a hold of Black Magic and see if I can get another one. I got some big chunks out of it.
Is that rebuildable, or do those bolt on and you can bolt on new friction surfaces?
No, I don't think, not on these ones. This is kind of a cheaper setup I put together a few years ago just to get it going.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I got to get a new clutch and this and that. But other than that, I'm just getting ready to start actually tearing the engine apart instead of tearing it out.
Yeah. How long does it take to pull your motor?
I did it myself in about probably 3 or 4 hours intermittently. You know, the kids come in and mess around and ride scooters or whatever, and then it takes a little bit longer. But you know,
that's pretty good. It takes me. That one's actually biting pretty good.
Yeah, you're cutting.
Yeah, it takes me like it took this time. It took me about 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours, but actually like just dedicated to going for
I think you're
it.
a little out of square this way.
So I need to go back this way.
No.
Which way?
To me, a little
to you?
bit. Well, you did. Now you're there.
There?
Yeah. If he's cutting, I see the black.
So what are you guys drilling right now?
So I have a remote oil filter plate,
Okay.
and I'm trying to just delete it to eliminate another potential leak. And so I'm drilling and tapping the block to just accept the fittings directly
Okay.
without
I don't
having
know.
one of those sandwich plates.
Right. I don't know much about Chevys. I've always been a Ford guy, so
Oh,
insert joke here.
this is a Mopar.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. I wonder if our drill bit now actually has
see what it
has a
looks
place
like.
to seat. That's not too bad. We could give it a shot. See what it does.
Let's go light it first. Yeah, I don't think this is stuff you want in here.
No, we're gonna assemble it right away after we drill this hole. Here, let's try and move where we're a little more visible. There we go. All right. So
Probably gonna have to go real light. Did it chip the bit?
no, I don't think it chipped a bit.
All right.
Oh, it might have.
Let's go real light.
Let's see. There we go. This would probably be better off done in a mill.
Looks nice and square. The left and right. Well, you're good that way too.
Like I know the further in we get, the easier it'll be because the hole will hold it
It'll guide
straight.
itself.
But right now it's like tricky. It's cutting in. We're making progress.
Good.
Brush the crud out. I should have stolen, last time I was at HPR, I should have stolen my drill doctor back. Drill bit sharpener.
Those things were the best.
Dude, they're so handy.
Yeah. My dad knew a guy who could just do it on a grinder. He would just go hold it and just sharpen on a grinder. I tried a few times. It might work for like a second, but not real long.
Yeah, one thing I learned even with the drill doctor is like once you sharpen a bit a couple times, you're past the hardened surface. And so like it only lasts so long before you have to sharpen it again.
Right. Intake off.
I'll let you know when it pops up this side, okay?
Yeah, we'll drill all the way through. We're making progress.
Yeah.
We got to go probably at least 3 times as far as we've gone so far.
Till dawn.
101.
What time is it? 8:12. Cool. So, Chris, where are you from?
About an hour north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Buckner, Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow. You're way up there.
Oh, yeah. Where are you guys at?
We're in Fort Worth, Texas.
Oh, so you're down by Summit. It used to be in Ohio, about an hour and a half away from me. And now it's the main hub's down there.
Is the one in Ohio gone?
No, but they don't really stock a whole lot anymore. You know, it used to be everything was like a day away.
Yeah.
Now it has to all come from Texas. So now it's like 2 or 3 days away.
Yeah, I'm kind of spoiled. Like, if I need something same day, I can go get it. But also, if I don't need it that day, it comes next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about 30 minutes from the summit down here.
Oh, that would be nice. I'd be really broke if I was that close to Summit.
Oh, I had to stop going. I went like a few times, like when they first opened. I have to just keep myself away.
Yeah, I'd be in the scratch and dent area way too much over there.
That's where that's where I was this afternoon.
That's Lou's favorite place.
I was showing extreme restraint.
Yeah. It's just hard too, because if you get something wrong, it's just easier to keep it and then send it back. I have like so many things like the wrong intake gaskets. It's like I'll use them for something someday. You know,
Yeah,
I
you
just
just
put them on the shelf. It's just
hold
easier
on
than
to it,
sending them
keep it
back.
to the side.
Right. All right, let's pull these valve covers off.
Well, what I learned recently is I bought a mirror for this car that was wrong. Like, I just bought the wrong thing, hoping it would work.
Mhm.
They actually even like covered the return shipping for me.
Oh yeah, I guess they do, because if you send them the receipt, there's like a thing in there you can send it back. But
Yeah.
you know, I like to collect stuff a little bit anyway, so why not? You know, it's just, if I have to build a whole engine to use a set of gaskets, so be it, right?
Yeah. Save it for a rainy day.
Right.
You know, one day I'll own a Chevelle that's going to need this particular mirror.
Right. Exactly.
Like, I've got probably 3 or 4 boxes of piston rings that I got from another Dragon driver, just in a box of stuff he sent me to get off his shelf. And I probably won't ever throw them away, but I'll probably never use them either.
Right.
Like, I might build a spare short block and actually buy pistons for those rings, just to use the rings.
That's it. That's like my dad. He collects like a lot of mag wheels. And he says, someday I'm going to buy a car to put these wheels on. He starts with the wheels.
Well, eventually he'll have so many wheels he can just trade wheels for all the parts he needs for the car, and then he won't have to spend a dime on the car.
Exactly. Well, that's what I did. I'm like, Dad, how about these wheels? He's like, these wheels will look good on your car. Put them on. I'm like, all right, cool.
Mag wheels would be pretty sweet. This car actually had a set of aluminum slot mags when I first got it, but I've since changed bolt patterns, so I can't use them anymore.
Yeah, my dad found me a really nice set of aluminum slots for the back of my car, and they just look awesome. The design of them is just great.
Yeah, I've got essentially discount tire copies of Krager Soft 8 Steelies right now.
Yeah,
and then I bought Summit copies of Weld drag lights, also in black, so that I have lighter aluminum wheels, but they still keep a very similar look.
right. Yeah,
We're getting really far.
Yeah. Not far enough, but it's getting there.
This drill bit's doing some work. Am I starting to move crooked, or are we starting to get into something else in the hole?
About the flashlight you fixed.
Right here. I've got the flashlight that I fixed. Oh, it looks like we're okay. So we're just this hole when it was smaller was not perfectly aligned with that hole, I guess. Or our drilling is slightly crooked, so now we're just slightly eating more on one side than the other.
Which is fine, right?
Yeah, as long as we don't crack through into anything else, which I don't think we will. There's nothing else to hit, and this material's pretty thick. So we'll just keep going until we're deep enough to tap it deep enough. Like how deep do the threads go on this side? They don't even go that deep.
So you're just gonna pipe tap it.
Yeah, I mean it's already got other pipe fittings over here, so we need to go. Well, we don't have to go that far.
Yeah.
That's just where the shoulder of this hole is.
Right.
Yeah, so we're gonna pipe tap it so that we can put an AN adapter directly in the block.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks like it's coming this way a little if I exaggerate it.
Yeah, it's thicker over here than it is over here. So I didn't know if I should go this way and like if that would straighten it out or if I should just kind of keep at it.
Yeah. I don't know, straightening it out will do much. Might be able to get a crude measurement on the depth of the threads of the other one.
Yeah, they're only the threads themselves are only like
Maybe with a little pick or something.
that deep.
Okay.
So we might almost be. We're probably deep. I think we're deep enough that we could tap this for a fitting. We could probably go like another 1/8 inch deeper just to be safe.
Yeah, because we ain't going to get a lot of meat on that top.
Yeah. We're pretty deep.
All right.
I think we could start there because I have plugs. We could at least see if a plug goes about as far in there as here once we're done.
Yeah. Got to figure out how to clean that up a little bit.
I'd just spray WD-40 in it and flush it out. So did you blow up the Ford or are you just going ahead and taking it down just to make it bigger?
Well, no, I ended up. The crank is bent somehow. The snout, I don't know how, but it's bent. So I kind of threw it together with old parts I had, or like old parts that I could afford, and put it together the best I could. And now I'm in a little better position where I can update some parts. So I'm like, well, I might as well just. I'm going to replace the crank anyway, and the pistons are like real old school TRWs.
Yeah.
They're super heavy and they're super old school from like the mid 70s. So
shoot. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of giving it a whole update because the crank is bent. I'm going to update everything else. You know how it goes. It's a snowball effect.
I hear you. Everything snowballs.
Let's try to get that crap out of there first.
Yeah.
So are you guys going to drag week this year?
No, I'm registered. Next one I'm registered for is 666. Which is probably right about the same. When is drag week? Mid-September?
It's September like 14th or something for the week.
Okay, so this is I think basically the week after or 2 weeks after because it's the week that crosses over from September to October.
Oh, okay.
From like September 27th to like October 3rd.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty far for you guys. It's up in Illinois this year, so.
Yeah, but it starts at Mocan, so it's actually only 7 hours from us to the start.
Oh, wow. It's actually about 7 hours for me, too. Just different directions, I guess.
Yeah. So it starts in Mocan, and so I guess we hit 3 tracks on the way up to Illinois to the end of 660, to the end of Route 66, and then hit the same 3 tracks on the way back.
Nice.
All right, now I got to find a socket to drive this.
One more swipe here.
What 12-point socket drives this tap? 9/16? No.
No compressed air in the shop.
Probably. I have compressed air, but I don't want to send those shavings everywhere.
Yeah.
It is 5/8 12-point, which I have right here. Cool.
I think that's pretty good.
Actually, I have the perfect tool for this.
Actually, I'm gonna let the light tell me.
You're gonna let the magic light.
Oh, here it is.
Magic light, as Tom Hanks would say.
Doesn't Mater say that too about the ghost light?
The ghost light.
You can tell I have young kids too. I've watched that movie 1,000 times.
That's pretty clean.
My kid's 7 months old. I've been watching it for me, not for him.
Want another little more juice?
Yeah, let's juice it because we're technically going in a hole that's a little too tight for it. So
Give me the other side. Okay.
it may just actually not work. I may actually have to get the.
So that wasn't the right size bit?
So I mean, I did a quick Google and I was like, hey, what drill bit do I need for a 3/8 NPT tap? And it said 9/16. But then I pulled this tap out of the drawer, and it says you need a 37/64, which I wonder if it varies from tap to tap, just with how small the starting end of the tap is, or maybe Google. More likely, Google was just wrong.
Come on, baby. You can cut. Get a leg on this.
Oh, I thought we had it that time.
Telling you, I'm pretty impressed with these old Speedmaster heads. They've made it through 2 drag weeks and a sick week without issue.
How much power is the 302 making?
I don't really know. Not that much. I'm running 1350s. That's about it. Hopefully the 347 will help me get down there, but I'm a stick too, so I have a habit of missing gears and, kind of a mess out there, but I have fun. That's all that matters.
You said it's a Falcon?
Yeah, it's a gold Ford Falcon. Yep.
What year?
65.
Oh. 65. Is that like the same generation as Tommy's?
I don't know if you can see it or not, but
hang on, your screen went black. There, I see you now. Oh, pretty.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's a gasser.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, you need to be out at 6 Smokies and 666.
I know it's so far away though. I'm lucky I get to do one event a year.
I think we're well underway, Lou. We've got this tap going now.
All right. Let's go back on here. Yeah, I wanted to do 6 Smokies real bad.
Dude, that's the first and only one I've done in this car.
Oh yeah.
I hit a stop with Finnegan, and he was like, dude, you picked the right one for your first one. He's like, these are the most beautiful roads I've seen on any drag and drive.
Yeah.
Dude, we were there during the color change, just driving through those mountains.
Oh, man, that would be awesome.
It was just amazing.
Yeah. When I did Drag Week in 2018, they took us to Tail of the Dragon. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, we did Tail of the Dragon on Smokies.
Yeah. Yeah, it was my dad's car. He has a Fairlane with a blower on it, and he said his neck hurt from leaning to one side to the other side to look around the blower on all them turns.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so we technically had a Tail of the Dragon was on a drive day for us.
Okay.
And so it was like race Knoxville Dragway on Thursday, then go do a route and end up essentially also basically back in Knoxville Thursday night, and then go do another drive and do Tail of the Dragon. But we had friends that lived in Knoxville, so we skipped the drive day Thursday, went and rode in his like S2000 on Tail of the Dragon with him driving. Cool. And then Friday we had to do all of the checkpoints from Thursday and the Friday checkpoints. All in one go.
Yeah, that makes it tough.
Yeah. It was like ended up being like a 340 mile drive day. We started at like 6 a.m. It was a good time though.
Yeah, it's always fun when all you have to do is worry about driving. That ain't too bad. So
I think we need to go deeper.
Oh, square.
There we go. Yeah, but we need to go.
Yeah, that's not enough turns.
But it is working.
Yep.
That's the weird thing about NPT taps is like you actually have to like trial and error how deep you tap it because of the taper.
Yeah, it's tricky. I do heating and air conditioning. I deal with threads all the time and gas lines and stuff. And sometimes it's a perfect thread, and you think there's no way it's going to leak, and that's the one that leaks every time. I don't know why.
Ain't that a bitch?
I think you're at a square.
Oh, come on. Just like 3/4 of a starter hole does not help in getting the tap to start back up again. Here we go. There we go. Got it.
Wish we had a measure. I guess you'll feel it when you bottom out, but just don't want to feel it too late and squish things, you know?
Yeah. We just started cutting again. There we go. Is that can getting low? There we go.
Gotta put a dangle on the angle.
Theoretically, we should be able to even drill deeper if we need to. If we don't feel like we drilled far enough. I guess I should peek in there and see if the threads are getting close to where we stopped drilling.
Lights behind you.
Okay, we still have a good ways to go.
Yeah, let's use it.
Yeah, we still have like half an inch to go.
That's an eternity.
My wife said it's perfectly normal sized.
That's what they all say. Perfectly normal.
Oh yeah, now we got something going.
And now we start cutting again. Right there.
Oops. Try to hold this block straight.
It's like the hole doesn't get any bigger, so the tap gets tighter and tighter out here.
Yep.
It's like I don't know how that actually works. It's like at what point is it like too far?
What point do you split the block in half?
That would be unfortunate. The block itself, not expensive. Having all the machine work done again, expensive.
So when you pull your engines apart, do you keep track of push rods and put them all back in the same spot?
Yeah, I etched all of mine and marked them. Just, it's not necessarily like if they come out good, it's not that I'm worried about them going back together. Yeah. it's if a cylinder has a problem, I like to know where everything came from.
Right. I put marks on top of my rocker arms, but I was just kind of wondered if it's like a bearing in a race. You know, you're always supposed to change the race because the race is matched to the bearing. You know what I mean? But is
Yeah,
it
I
one
hear
of
you.
the things where it's like super critical if you get the push rod back exactly where it came from or not? You know, I just always wondered that.
I don't know that it's that critical with push rods. Obviously, like if you have a flat tappet lifter on a camshaft, then you definitely want that to go back where it goes.
Right. Right.
But I don't think it matters so much as I like it more just for the record keeping aspect.
Right. I'm also writing down all the numbers of all the parts. That way I can replace them if I need to, because I don't remember all the numbers. So I'm going to keep a book now with all the numbers so that if I have a major breakdown, I know what parts I need to order.
There you go.
I think you did it, brother.
That seems pretty good. We could maybe go a little bit deeper, but that's pretty good.
I don't know that I would.
I just want to make sure enough of the thread gets.
Oh,
Oh, do you have a Amber Alert on your phone going off?
yeah, it says don't tap any deeper.
It's warning us. I just want to make sure enough of our thread gets
Critical threshold reached.
gets past. So like I still see 1, 2, 3. I still see 4 threads exposed on the open side of this hole. I just want to make sure enough of it gets inside the hole that it's actually going to seal. Otherwise, this is more of a leak risk than before.
Couple more spins.
Let's see. 2, 3. Only that much of it above my thumbnail was actually in the hole.
All right.
Go a little further.
Let's live dangerous.
Say a prayer for us.
I am. I was just thinking the alarm already went off. I mean, you're pushing.
I'm going to need a longer handle. That's starting to get hard to turn. Not a much longer handle, just longer. It's deep enough now we can use a ratchet. I almost want to put a dot on this and count how many times it comes around.
704.
Right. So I'm cutting now. That's a quarter turn. That's a half a turn.
That was 60.
Okay. Okay, so we've got another full turn. Okay. There's another half turn. Dogs love barking at anyone that walks past.
You guys having storms down there today?
No, I don't think we're supposed to have any storms till Saturday.
But it's only been 101.
Yeah, 101, 102 today.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Has
I
summer
feel
hit?
bad for you.
Has summer hit Pennsylvania yet?
Yeah, I do heating and air conditioning too, so this is like my busy time of year. I'm always in a hot attic or something, so I don't envy you guys down there.
Where
I
are
don't know
the
how guys do it.
Where are the majority of units over there? Are they in the attic, or are they like in a closet, or?
Well, up here, most of them are in the basement. You know, we all have basements up here, you know.
That's nice.
Yeah, but there is some that's in the attic. If you have like a big house, you'll have 2 units, an upstairs and a downstairs.
That makes sense.
But it's not like in Florida where they just kind of stuff them like wherever in a closet upstairs or just a unit hanging out, you know.
Yeah.
Most of them are in the basement, but some of them are in the attics.
Yeah, mine's in a closet here just because I don't have much of an attic. If it's an attic you can stand up in, most likely your air conditioning unit's in the attic here in Texas. But my neighborhood, all the houses have low slung roofs. And so like you're on your hands and knees if you're in the attic. And so the unit, only the ducting is in the attic and the unit itself is just in a closet in the hallway.
Yeah, that's the best. I mean, because most times you don't have to mess with the ductwork, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah, we're still like a 1/4 inch to 3/8 of an inch away from our step.
You got a set of brushes for the bores?
Yep, it's a full set of brushes in that box. It just flattens out inside the box.
Oh.
Okay, I am much more comfortable with that.
Think it's deep enough now?
Yep, that is the majority of the plug.
It came out the other side.
Yep.
Well, that's good.
It's hitting Lou in the gut now.
Easy target.
Yeah. So now technically,
Cool.
yeah, so that's the oil out. So the oil will come out of there through a line to the cooler. That's the one we had to make sure worked. Because if that doesn't work, then we have to run the block. Because we have options. We could use this one or this one for the oil feed into the block. We're going to use this one because that's a straighter shot. But this one was our only chance, so it had to work. And it did.
Sweet.
So block modification is done.
Now, do you put TFE paste on that or use like a compound, like a liquid or just a pipe dope?
I'll probably just use a pipe dope. Unless you have a better recommendation. This is the stuff I've been using.
Yeah.
It's a really old tube.
Yeah. Everyone has their own opinion. You know, some people say it don't matter. Some people use like Blue Monster or something for like gas lines, like I would use at work. Some people use old school, like that liquid Teflon stuff.
Okay.
You know, I use a stuff, it's called Leak Lock. It's actually made for air conditioning lines. It's like a blue stuff. And I use it on everything. But who's to say that's right, wrong, or indifferent? It's just what I use, you know, because I always have it with me.
Well, now that I look at this, I may get something else because I'm just now seeing that this has a working max temperature of 125 degrees.
Oh, there we go. See?
Maybe I shouldn't have been using that the whole time.
There we go. That's it.
That wouldn't even work sitting in the sun.
Yeah, that doesn't even work in the Texas sun. God damn it.
All right.
All right, that's a good call. I need to... Yeah, you want to message me a link of what I should use? Because now I need to buy something.
Yeah, sure. I'll see what I would use. I mean...
What was that stuff we used?
Right, but...
The stuff we used on the mini splits had a real funny name.
I don't know, but Jonathan had it. It's like it almost came like in a Loctite bottle.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show it to you. It's called Leak Lock, I bet.
It was probably the same stuff.
I got some of that home.
James asked, "What size trailer do people pull in Dragon drives?" It varies. There used to be a rule way back in Drag Week that actually had like a size limit, and I think it actually matched like a lot of people rented U-Hauls, so I think it matched one of the smaller U-Hauls. But I guess across different events and everything, the trailer size rules changed over and over again, and finally, I think just all of them have accepted single axle only, and it can be as big as you want past that. So I think that what I see a lot of people pull is like a 4x6, and then it varies in height. Mine's a 4x6, but it's nice and low because I want to be able to see out the back window. But a lot of people carry taller ones because they like the extra room and or they camp in them. Chris, do you have a trailer?
Yeah, I do. I don't know the size of mine. I bought it secondhand. It was off of a guy used it for a pressure washing business. Okay. And he sold it to me for like $1,000. It's a single axle. It's not real big.
Yeah.
I'd say it's maybe 4x5, maybe. But here's that stuff I use in air conditioners all the time. I don't know if you can see that, but it's called Leak Lock. It's made by High Side Chemicals, highsidechem.com. But
Okay.
it says it is flammable, but I use it in air conditioning stuff all the time.
What's
So
the max working temperature on that stuff?
it doesn't say. It just says to be used by a professional and to call for an emergency. So you'll have to do some digging on that. But I've used it a whole bunch on random different stuff, and it's always worked well for me. But do
Gotcha.
your own research.
That's fair. James asked if a lot of people camp in them. I've seen a few people camp like actually in their trailer or set it up for camping. The majority I'm seeing though, they just have a tent in the trailer and then they set the tent up at the track. Like that's what we did at the circuit. Is we just set up tents and camped at the track.
Right.
But I've seen a few people and a few more people are starting to set up their trailers for camping just to make this whole thing more affordable because it's way cheaper to camp at the track than to pay for hotels. All week.
Yeah. And that is the reason I can only do one event a year because I don't camp and I can only budget for one event a year. So.
Yeah, my trailer I bought third hand from another Dragon driver, and he bought it from it's a custom made trailer. This guy custom made it to tow behind his Goldwing.
Nice.
So a motorcycle trailer. And I don't have a picture of it, or I'd show it. I don't have a picture easy to show on here anyway. But it's essentially just a rectangular box that folds open, and the stilts are gone, but there used to be stilts to put under the legs, right. And it would fold open, and there was a second lid essentially under the main lid, so that once it was open, it was one big flat table, and it turned into like a pop-up tent essentially. And if you lifted that secondary lid, you had this nice like foot and a half deep. You have this nice like foot and a half deep storage area underneath. But like you use the underside of the main lid and that secondary lid, and it's like it's now 8 foot long once it's open because it's a 4 foot wide trailer, and you open the lid all the way, and so it was a nice big wide tent. And apparently this guy towed it for like 30,000 miles behind his Honda Goldwing.
Wow.
Jan Haas says, hi, race car friends. Jan Haas, one of the only other people to join this chat before on the video. So welcome.
Cool.
James is doing 666 in the fall, and the weather is usually good that time of year. James, I'll see you there. James, what car are you driving? Well, we can put this back on so that we're not worried about the block falling.
Magnet.
I wanted to do that the last time I built it, and I was in such a hurry to get ready for the event that I didn't make that I didn't do it.
See, all things happen for a reason.
All things happen for a reason. I think that's why my radiator got a hole in it the night before I was supposed to leave. It was probably God saying, "Hey, your motor's in the middle of locking itself up right now. You should not be driving that tomorrow. You should look further into that oil pressure issue you're trying to ignore."
You can't outthink karma.
No. So, hell yeah. So we only need the rods turned. So I can take it in, and I'm just going to have them. I could give them a target dimension, but I think what I'm going to tell them is, hey, I measured this on the 5 and 6 rod journal. Bring that down 6/10. Like, because their mics, their temperature, their shop, they might see a different measurement. So it'll be a lot easier to say, hey, take your base measurement and go down 6/10. Rather than me tell them a target, because they might be reading 2 to 3 tenths different from me.
Right.
And so they may only take 3 tenths off. They may take 9 tenths off compared to what I'm reading. More motors getting built. We are working on blueprinting this motor to go back together finally. We just set the main bearing clearance. We checked our rod bearings, but they're too tight, and they're the only rod bearings available. So I got to take the crank back to the crank shop and get it ground to fit these rod bearings. And then we just spent a little bit of time drilling out a hole, this hole here where the oil filter is. so that I can run just 2 AN lines straight to the block for our oil feed and return, and block this hole off and get rid of my oil plate adapter to make this cleaner and hopefully eliminate more potential leaks. Chris, how far are you into teardown?
Well, just about ready to, I got to find some way to organize my push rods here.
Do you have an etcher?
I do. I just don't remember where it is currently.
Gotcha.
I got intake valve covers. This head's about ready to pull off, but I got to figure out what I want to do with my. I have a little container somewhere for the lifters, where it's on the lid, so I can put them all in there.
Yeah, once my push rods were labeled, I just put them in a gallon Ziploc bag and then wrapped it up to get the air out of it and closed it, and then I set it. So you could just wipe your push rods clean for now and mark them with a Sharpie.
Yeah, I thought about maybe putting a piece of like tape on them too, like painter's tape or something. Once I wipe them off, I don't know yet. Yeah. I know I have that container, but I haven't been into this motor for a while, so.
So James said this is gonna be his first drag and drive. Do we have any advice? James, did you tell us? Okay, so you're driving an 88 Ford Ranger with a turboed LS.
Nice.
Well, that is the combo to do. First thing would be it's for the week. Don't try to be a hero on the first day.
Agreed.
Yeah. If you have overdrive, great. If you don't have overdrive, don't try to keep up with people with overdrive. Just drive at your own pace.
Yes. That's 100% correct. What I would say is learn how to practice functioning on about 3 to 4 hours of sleep. Practice.
That's a good one.
Because that's about all you get is 3 to 4 hours on it. If you make it to the hotels, at least for drag week. I mean, the sick events are a little different because they have drive days, but on like a drag week event where you have to drive and then you race the following day.
Yeah.
What I would say is practice being able to fully function on about 3.5 to 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah. The 8th mile events are a little more relaxed. We were able to get a pretty much full night's sleep every night. We also weren't really having many problems. So he's got a 4L80E, so he's got overdrive, so he's good. Is this a new combo, James, or are you yeah, actually, this is the biggest thing is make sure your cooling system is up to snuff. Like, don't be afraid to go on like a 3-hour test drive on a Saturday and find a place to just sit in traffic in the heat and see if your cooling system is going to hold up. Because if your cooling system is not going to hold up while you're 30 minutes from home, it's not going to hold. It's not going to hold up when you're 9 hours from home. So,
completely agree with that, 100%.
Another thing is find what tools you need for sure, and if you can keep everything as compact as possible, do that. Oil and trans cooling. Jan said all cooling systems. Yeah, he's right. Oil cooling, trans cooling. If you have any problems with any of those, you're gonna have a bad time, especially if there's elevation change. And then you're an LS and a 4L80, so a lot of the parts you might need are going to be stuff you can get at O'Reilly's. So I wouldn't worry about the common stuff that you can get. I'd worry about spare parts that you're not going to be able to find at the auto parts store. So if you have a weird set of brakes or brake pads, like, keep those on hand. Or if you had a weird engine combination, it'd be good to keep something on hand for that. Or if you have an ignition box or ignition system that no one else is running, might be good to know where a spare of that is. And then also, if you're planning to do a lot of trailer burnouts on the street, maybe check the tire shops along the route and see if they've got that size in stock.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, we rolled with some friends we made at Six Smokies, Jake and Max, and they were in a Caprice, like the newer police vehicle that didn't last very long, like 2015 rear-wheel drive LS powered. They had a blower on it, and they were running these like the cheapest tire you could get from Discount Tire, the Century brand tire. Like that was their street tire. And they were like, we have already checked every Discount Tire along the whole route so that if we go through these tires, we know exactly how far we have to go to be able to get the next pair. They didn't end up going and getting any all week, but they knew.
They had it mapped.
They had it mapped out.
One thing that I learned about drag week is it's always like the simple stuff that fails. Like was it 25? One of them, my headlight just blew out. Like everything, engine and transmission was fine, but like my headlight just randomly blew out. It's like the silliest things that seem to fail.
Oh, that's an excellent tip from Jan, because that's kind of what I do to make sure I'm ready. Is my local track's about an hour 20 away. Is pack what tools you think you need and drive to your local test and tune and race it and do a full changeover if you're doing like tires and wheels and anything else that's going to be a changeover. Make sure you've got everything, and use that as a good test, as a good practice run. That's a great advice. LS's, I don't know how many times I've heard of people putting brand new LS motors on a dyno and the crank or the cam sensor is bad. It's not a bad, you can get those pretty easily, but if you're stuck on the shoulder, it's not a bad idea and they don't weigh anything. It's not a bad idea to have an extra crank and cam sensor for your engine just in your toolbox. Spare alternators are good, but if you're running a standard GM alternator, you're probably fine.
Be able to get one of those.
I'm just thinking, make sure your car's comfortable. Make sure you've got it a good enough airflow for a 3-hour drive if you've only been driving it 45 minutes to an hour at a time. Get like those gypsy cab beads, the wooden beads that they put on the seat to make the seat more comfortable and get some airflow under you. I have dash fans that plug into the USB port in my car as my air conditioning. They're like 3 little fans. They're in there somewhere, but they just sit on the dash and at least gives you airflow when you're stuck in traffic.
I've had to buy butt pads for my seats. Last time me and my co-pilot had to stop and buy them because like the side of the seat, they're Corvair seats and they push on your hips. And it was so uncomfortable after about 2 hours. We had to stop and buy like butt pads, like truckers use at a truck stop.
Yep. Yeah, my wife actually, she made me, because I have a fixed back Momo seat in mine. The passenger seat's a hinged Sparco seat. It's actually a pretty comfortable seat, but the driver's seat's a fixed. And she bought seat foam cushion from Hobby Lobby and cut it to shape and then wrapped it in a pillowcase. And so that's what I sit on. That's what I sit on for the drive, and then I take it out so that I can get my submarine belt for racing. And it's great. Because then that also lets me sit nice and low when I'm racing to keep my head well below the cage and my helmet and everything. Right. And then it raises me up just a little bit without a helmet on with the cushion so that I can see properly, and it's a lot more comfortable that way. What else? If you haven't driven your car at night much, go drive it at night. Make sure you're happy with the headlights and how they're aimed, because you're going to be driving at night a lot. Make sure your taillights work. I've seen stories. I watched Calvin Nelson's video from Sick Week, and on his video, Chris Wozniak almost crashed into someone that was in front of Calvin because their taillights didn't work at night.
God.
Yeah, and Wozniak passed Calvin and went to get back over in front of Calvin and almost hit this truck because the truck's taillights weren't working.
Well, they had to work for tech, so obviously they.
Yeah,
failed.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, you're gonna have to work for tech. Study the NHRA tech book and make sure you've got what you need to run the times you're going to be running, because they're going to do NHRA tech at the event. So you're going to get NHRA safety tech, and you're going to have basic vehicle tech, like your lights and your tail lights. Make sure you got a current insurance and a copy of your registration paperwork, because they ask to see that to make sure that the vehicle's registered and insured properly. And
they also check your VIN number on your dash, or on my case, my inner fender. They check the VIN number to make sure the VIN number matches all the paperwork.
I don't remember if they did that on mine, but they actually like in Texas, your registration paperwork is a sticker on your windshield, but they still wanted to see a piece of paper. So I made sure to like keep the piece of paper my sticker came on and bring it in the folder with all my stuff. Like gather all the paperwork for your car right now and put it in a folder and put the folder in the car so that you don't forget it.
And check all the dates on your seatbelts and helmet. And I almost got nabbed on that one time because my seatbelts were out of date, which actually I got to check mine for this year. I think they're good to the end of 26. So I think I can get one more year out of
them. If you need licensing, you need to license before the event. If you need an NHRA license to go a certain speed. It's getting an... James said it's getting an 850 cage put in next week. We'll see how comfortable it is. Yeah, make sure you get your cage inspected if you're going faster than 10.0. You don't need your cage to be inspected if you're not going faster than 10.0. So like I have an 850 cage, but it's not certified right now, but I also don't go faster than 10.0. I'm not looking to kill it, just making pass. I mean, that's the main thing is you're just showing up to have fun, especially at these 8th mile events. There's some competition, but like the majority of it is just to have fun and just to improve on your own times.
Right. That's the biggest thing is just have fun with it. You know, it's a vacation after all. So, you know.
Yeah, if you're going to keep it slower than 10, you're good. You just need your jacket and your helmet and jeans. You don't even need a window net for that. Well, and also we're going to be doing 8th mile, so you can go as fast as I think 640 in the 8th. All right, it is 9 o'clock. We're probably going to hop off here because it's getting time for bed, and you've got about an hour drive home.
Yeah. But I don't go to work tomorrow.
Just shut up, Mr. Retired.
Really?
I say it every chance I get.
All right, Chris, I'm going to kick you off, and I'm going to say sayonara to everyone, and then we'll hit the outro, and we'll close down the stream.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it. Maybe
dude, thank you so much for joining and hanging out, man.
No problem. We'll see where I'm at next week.
All right, sounds good, buddy.
Yep, see you later.
All right, thank you guys for joining us and watching another live from the shop. This was I think our 4th one. We're going to keep trying to do this weekly. It'll either be Tuesdays or Thursdays. Again, this is a live call-in chat. Tonight you were hanging out with me and Lou while we worked on the small block and did some bearing clearances and some block modification. Yeah, there we go. Nice. But it's just whatever you're working on. Doesn't have to be spectacular. I spent I think at least 2 of these streams just cleaning parts and scraping gaskets while hanging out with people. It's just an accountability thing, just to motivate other people to get in the garage working on their stuff. So I want to thank y'all for joining us. I want to thank Mike and Eric from Drag Drive Repeat for letting me do this, and we'll see y'all later. Let me hit this outro.